नमस्कार, आप सभी का स्वागत है। मैं हूं राहुल और आप देख रहे हैं ई विद्या चैनल्स और एनसीईआरटी का ऑफिशियल यूट्यूब चैनल। 5 बज चुके हैं और ये वो समय होता है जब हम आपके लिए लेकर आते हैं सहयोग सेशन इन विच वी टॉक अबाउट मेंटल वेलबींग एंड मेंटल वेलनेस। दिस इज अ साइको सोशल सपोर्ट प्रेजेंटेशन from our Manodarpan cell. So in which in today's Sahyog we are going to discuss a very important and a pertinent topic related to time, facing exams with confidence. और एक कहावत होती है कि आप जहाँ कहीं भी जाएं अपना आत्मविश्वास, अपना कॉन्फिडेंस अपने साथ लेकर जाएं। तो जाहिर सी बात है कि परीक्षा हॉल में भी आप अपना कॉन्फिडेंस अपने साथ कैसे लेकर जा सकते हैं, इस विषय पर हमारा आज का ये सहयोग आधारित है। बट बिफोर वी बिगिन दिस सहयोग सेशन, आई हैव एन इम्पॉर्टेंट अनाउंसमेंट रिगार्डिंग G20. I would like to share it with you all. We are proud that India assumed the G20 presidency and will convene the G20 Leaders Summit in the country for the very first time in 2023. A nation deeply committed to the democracy and multilateralism, India's G20 presidency would be a watershed moment in the history as it seeks to play an important role by finding the pragmatic global solutions for the well-being of all, and in doing so manifest the true spirit of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, or the world is one family. With this positive note, I am here to start with our 2 panelists. आपका उनसे परिचय करा देता हूँ। हमारे साथ रीजनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ एजुकेशन भुवनेश्वर से जुड़ रही हैं डॉक्टर धन्या कृष्णन जी। डॉक्टर कृष्णन, नमस्कार एंड अ वेरी वार्म वेलकम इन द सेशन।
Namaste.
Thank you. And also we have as a practicing counselor we have Mr. Jaydev Kar. Jaydev ji, namaskar and a very warm welcome.
Namaste, namaste sir, namaste.
All right, so let's begin this session for facing exams with confidence. So Dr. Krishnan, would like to start with you, and the very first question arises here in my mind, that how significant is to build confidence among students for the examinations?
Dear viewers, I would like to start the discussion by wishing all the young aspirants or adolescents who are in the school, wishing them all the very best for their examination. I know a few of you are highly excited, a few are nervous, some are anxious, thinking about exam or thinking about appearing for the exam. But let me tell all of you that there are researches, and research evidence is saying that the people who are confident and they perform better, they get more grades and their academic performance is much better. So this research evidence clearly states that if you are confident, irrespective of your level of preparation, you are going to score how much you can do and you are going to perform the maximum that you can do it. So being confident becomes very significant if you want to perform well. I know we all want to perform well in any kind of examinations, and so it's highly significant that we are confidently appearing for the examination. It's not only during exam, it's before examination, during examination, and even after the examination as well. So here I would like to say about the different perspective about what an examination is. That makes a difference. If you consider exam as a process of comparing you with others' performance, then probably you are anxious and nervousness, and you have anxiety thinking that whether you will be able to meet the expectations of your school or your society or your parents and yourself as well. But you consider exam as a process of critical reflection of how much you know, what is your ability and what are your skills and in which portion that you would like to improve upon. And if you consider this as a process of self-improvement, probably the whole scenario gets changed, and then you can be confident about appearing for examination. Here you understand your ability, your skill or your competency, and through that process you are understanding self-worth, who you are and your capabilities and potential as well. In that case, absolutely you can be confident about what you are or who you are and where you want to improve upon. The next point I would like to say that there are many advantages of being confident in any situation. This is only a stepping stone for the future. See, we say that Jeevan ki pariksha. So here, even it's a first step how to face the examination of life. So you're going to have many challenges in future as well. So we have to consider examination also as a challenging situation where you can do the best with your self-confidence. Even if you can take the shloka of Mahabharata, in one of the portions where Arjuna was perplexed and confused to seeing the battlefield, Krishna says, Sukha dukkhe labhe labho jaya krito. Then Sukha dukkhe same krutva labha labho jaya jayo. Tato yuddhaya yujyasya naivam pabam avapsasi. If you consider the defeat and victory, the profit and loss, the pleasure and pain alike, then you can engage yourself in any of the battle wherein you need not think about its fruits or the outcome of it. That means, my dear students, I would like to say that, unless you have confidence within yourself, you will not be able to do the best within you. The resilience that we have within, that we can perform better when you know about ourselves, and in that process we don't have to have any kind of tension or anxiety or nervousness. Through that process, what we do is that we are self-boosting our own skills. You will be able to write better, you will be able to memorize better. Suppose there are certain kinds of tricky questions or the problem solving questions wherein you can think clearly if you're confident about it. So I'm sure that you all are prepared well. At this point of time, what exactly required is that you consider the examination as a process wherein you get some kind of pleasure understanding yourself. That is
Right.
why, if I can quote Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, when Parisha Pe Charcha, one of the students asked whether it is smart work or hard work, he has smartly answered that it is the smartly hard work that you have to do it. So let us even follow that, and
Right.
then let us face the examinations with utmost confidence.
Right, right. Agreed with you, as our Prime Ministers are, always available for the students and boost the confidence of, of their, just before the examinations. This is really, really wonderful. So let's move ahead, and the very pertinent questions, as we have Counselor Jaidev ji. Sir, what should students do to face the examinations with confidence? The very pertinent question.
Namaste. The thing
Namaskar.
is that, as ma'am said rightly, if everybody wants to perform well, or everybody wants to do well on the examination, and also in a lifetime, we all are here. We are talking about the examination. We already faced a lot of examination in our life, and failure and success is both are with coming together. Now, thing is that I am talking about when our examination confidence. I am talking about the children who are on 10th and 12th class and going to appear the board exam in the month of February and March, and are going to be in the month of March. The thing is that children, whenever you are going to appear in any examination, ma'am rightly said, the confidence within you only. And the thing is that already you have practiced a lot of set papers, you have covered your course, you've been to a tuition, you went to coaching, and everything is ready now in your plate only. The thing is that it comes certain times in our mind, oh, I have performed everything, I have done everything, and I'm somewhere, I'm blank, and I don't know what to do in the examination. On that thought process, we certain times think, and we start talking, we forgot whether we will perform the examination. There where we feel that our confidence is going degrading. But thing is that nothing there, like a hard disk, when you read, when you everything, it is on their memory only. Only thing is you have to, whenever the examination we are going to write, read the question paper carefully, think about yourself, what I'm going, that everything is there, that we have to start a flow. And this happens when you do practice lot of things at your practice time. Point number one. Point number two is, in certain times, if you are attacking any question, you are writing any question, in between you thought that something going to be happen, a problem, I'm not able to write, relax 1 or 2 minutes. Thought about that question, what you wrote, what you read, and write it. In
Right.
pure, because examination is your, and it is not a one day, one step, it is going to happen in future. That thought process, the thing which you read, which you practice, and never think about your friends, what they are going to write. You write your own answer on confidently. That will give a lot of pleasure for you, and you can write fluently on your answer sheet. Point number three, whenever you face any examination situation, certain times in exam day and before exam day, certain children you will find they are taking the notebooks and books to the car also, itself in the rickshaw, and reaching to the, exam section to write something. Don't do this. Everything is done. You have read, you prepared, confident yourself, boost up your, ma'am said rightly, you boost up yourself. No, I know everything, I'm going to write, and this is my situation, As he said, you took also Ramayana, Mahabharata, one story. When here is battle, means your battle, you have to write, nothing else. So, and one thing, certain times due to this thought process, they certain times they leave certain question answer in the exams, or they don't write also. I'll tell all the students, whenever facing any examination, read the question paper carefully. Many times your teacher might have told, counselor, parents, read twice. Think which are the question you are going to be able to answer it, write it. And don't leave any question answer. If you know the answer, certain thing, you write it confidently. And you feel when you write, I am writing the best answers. And I am writing the best answer, whatever wordings I am doing, this is best. So this way you boost up yourself and write. Don't compare with others in that moment, particularly you are writing. So that will help it out to face, to attack, to question paper rightly. And that will give a fruitful results. And it happens, as ma'am also rightly said, the confidence comes before exam, during exam, after exam also.
Right.
You have to be confident always.
Right.
That will give you success in your examination as your life.
Right. And actually, I am feeling, as you boosting my confidence and you are enhancing my confidence to host this session as well. So let's move ahead. And now we talk about the important part of the students, that is a teacher. So, Dr. Krishnan, here is a question for you, that how teachers can help, and support students so that they can feel confident for examinations.
Rahul, a very interesting question, and Jaydev sir already explained how we can self-boost. But at the same time, even the support system, in addition to the self-boosting mechanism, support system in terms of the teachers, parents, counselors, and others as well, then they can boost the confidence of children. And teachers, being one of the most important stakeholders of the educational process, teachers have a lot to do in motivating children and to boost the self-confidence, boost the confidence of their students as well. Here, to me, personally as a teacher, I think identifying the students and their anxiety level towards examination becomes very important. We know that there are children, they are quite confident about the exam and they do well in all the exams. But for the teacher, it's very easy that the teacher can identify that if any of her or his students is having large chunk of anxiety about the examination, because again there are researchers who say that moderate level of anxiety improves the performance of children as well. When it is uncontrolled, then it becomes an issue. It's not that everybody is not having any kind of anxiety. It's not that. People may be having anxiety, but if it is under control, then that improves the confidence and that improves the academic performance as well. But there are certain children, for different reasons, they are not confident about writing the examination, they are anxious and nervous. So identifying those children becomes very, very significant for a teacher, so that teacher can intervene into the matter and then take care of those particular children in specific. So the second one is that, we know that the children want to write well in the examination, and many times they forget things, as sir was also rightly mentioning about, they forget things. So if you consider, that kind of scenario, many times it is that when we, by heart things, then probably we forget. So the teachers, when, during the classroom transaction, can use innovative pedagogical strategies that make students to remember things well, and that indirectly boost the confidence of children as well. So always the teachers, it's my request that try to use kind of pedagogical strategy which is interesting to students, and they remember the content also as part of the process of learning. And in addition to that, using certain kinds of teaching learning material or learning resources, which becomes very significant, and summarizing things in terms of some kind of graphical tools like concept mapping. One of the examples I'm citing here is concept mapping. After one particular chapter, if the teacher can, with the help of the students, if we can develop kind of a concept map that gives a summary of the whole chapter, so the students can identify the major concepts which are underlying in that particular chapter, and students will be able to write the exam also well. So using such kind of the graphical tools and presenting to the students becomes very, very significant there during the classroom transaction or while revising it. So the teacher's role, again, it is that making the children revise the concepts and making them do the practice of it. because as we all agree that preparation and relaxation, these are the two important things while for the examination. One is that prepare well, second is that how we can relax so that we can write it well as well. So for the preparation part, the teachers can help the students to have some kind of study schedule, some kind of timetable for them to study as well, maybe in the at home. But these particular pertinent time allotted for study will definitely help students not to distract for the other activities. So helping children to have such kind of study schedule, that becomes important, and that will definitely help the children to follow that study timetable and then follow it. The next portion is that boosting their confidence by appreciating them as well. When children are doing well, always we all like to hear good things, so the children as well, when they do certain small things, even if the teacher can appraise it, the teacher can appreciate it, then teacher can praise the students for whatever the small success stories of children, that boost the confidence of children, and that will carry to the examination hall as well. The next is about the how we can develop a positive attitude among children. Having that positive attitude becomes very significant, because any kind of the question comes, I should not be perplexed or confused in the examination hall. So my young viewers, it's my request to you that in examination hall, any kind of the question, let it come. Let us face that. Whether you don't think about its result, how it's going to be. You try to give your 100% to answer that particular question, and be confident about the amount of preparation that you had invested in. You had, as sir also mentioned it, that for if it is board exam, it's for almost for an year you are studying those things, and it's only that 2 or 3 hours it's going to be tested. And let us think that it's not like a judgmental thing. Rather, again, I'm quoting that the teacher should a teacher should make students understand that it is that the confidence of the students that makes the difference, how they in fact appear for it. So teachers role is that one is for preparation. In the preparation, having us helping the children to have a schedule for it, or making certain chunking is a process that we all know, that taking the major concepts and then bringing them together and making it as a separate one, and then different concepts are different. So chunking would help in because identifying the major concepts and bringing out the best or the best points in that particular concept, then students can remember it well, and then they can do it. And in terms of the preparation, again, it is about the kind of innovation that the teachers can bring in the pedagogical strategy, or using the teaching learning material or the learning resources. When it comes to the relaxation, it comes that making the children having certain kind of meditation session for even for a few minutes, that may help in it's not that on the day of examination, even earlier time, and then teacher can do the mock examination so that students write it for a specified time. Many times it happens that time management becomes an issue in examination. Even one of the Sahyog sessions, it was discussed as well. So teachers, if they give the mock testing, so they have the different question paper, and within the time they have to finish it, then they get a sense that okay, within this much time and for this question how much time I can allot. So those kind of exercises could be done by the teacher, so that students feel more confident about how to appear for the examination. Finally, it is that we have to act like Krishna to the many Arjunas.
Right. And as Bhagwan Krishna says to Arjuna that कि हे पार्थ, जीवन संतुलन का नाम है. तो जो टाइम मैनेजमेंट की आप बात कर रही हैं, जो आप अपने आप को टाइम देने की बात कर रही हैं, आप ईट वेल करने की बात कर रही हैं, स्लीप वेल करने की बात कर रही हैं, सो दिस कम्स अंडर द संतुलन वर्ड. और मुझे लगता है कि एक एनवायरनमेंट की भी ज़्यादा ज़रूरत होती है. सो लेट्स प्रोसीड अहेड इन द सेशन, एंड ड्यू टू टाइम कंस्ट्रेंट आई हैव ओनली अ क्वेश्चन फॉर जयदेव जी. What kind of environment or maybe the support mechanism to be provided for the students by the parents, क्योंकि ये वो समय होता है जब सबसे ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस उन्हीं की होती है, टीचर की तो रहती है, एंड स्पेशली द काउंसलर्स. वो क्या होना चाहिए?
Thank you, Rahul. It's a very vital question. Also, I face also a lot of questions like this. But whenever the examination come, what parents should do, or as a parent, as a teacher, as a counselor, all we are parents also. So the three things you have to remember. First is connect, care, acknowledge. Connect means any confidence level you want to build, you have to connect. Human beings should do connect to each and everybody. So parents should do connect with their children. Oh, child is going to appear the examination. Talk to the children. What you are doing, how you are doing. It's they are not doing well also, then you take a care. What? Oh, you did. Oh, child will express to you, Papa, I did a maths question, but somehow I am not able to continue perform well. Not that anything problem, children. I also did like this. So take a care. Focus on the next topic. If your child is going to appear for a science, so that care nature you have to give. You don't have to analyze that moment. Oh, you never did maths, so it will going to happen in something from that. So the caring, connect, care, and acknowledge. If child doing well, as ma'am rightly said also previously, acknowledgement, appreciation, and accepting child views, work, everything will build the more self-confidence for the children. So during exam time, you will more connect to the child. That will be good. Talk to the child. When the child is taking food properly, man, observe the child, how child, if he observing you find something having a problem, or child is taking sigh, he's closing the, even as a parents, you all are doing, but this exam days, you have to more focus in this and caring nature to your child, acknowledge, care, connect. So that what going to happen, the child will get a sound atmosphere at home, because already they have a pressure in the school as well as the peer. But if you will get a very conducive atmosphere from the home side, child will perform well and his confidence level will grow, and the child will appear in a very, you will give a very good result for the parents as well as for himself. So these things can be done by the parents, teachers, and the teacher also. If you feel in your classroom, certain child are very low self-confidence, talk to them children. You have 4 or 5 children in the classrooms. So identify these children and connect with during exam day or before exam day, how he is performing. So the child will feel, okay, I'm not on the exam, whole teacher, myself, family with me. So that will give a very good platform to each and every child to perform very nicely in the examination. This is from my side.
Right, and I think all these things can create a conducive learning environment for the students, what they are actually looking for and what they need during this time. This is really, really wonderful to listen both the panelists in today's session. Dr. Dhanya, we have hardly a minute, so I would request you to please conclude with a positive note for all the students.
Yeah, I would like to conclude the session saying that children, be happy, because ultimately the happiness that we are looking at rather than the grades or the marks. And let us embrace the challenges with dignity, wherein you don't have to feel scared of failure as well. Because even we have to embrace the failure. We teach our children always for success. That is, it becomes a pressurized feeling for children as well. So let our children understand, without thinking about the results of it, let us embrace the examination with pleasure and happiness, and enjoy the process of examination, and wish all of you a very best for your for the coming examinations.
Right. Thank you very much for your best wishes to all the students. Jaydev ji, from your side, 1 minute for you.
Yeah, I can say a confidence level to grow the confidence. It's a practice. Once you are failure this time, keep on practice. And I wish all the children from here, from this platform, to board students, definitely best of luck to them. And definitely they will do better result. Thank you.
Thank you very much. और मैं भी यही कहना चाहूँगा कि आप इन लोगों की बातें सुने और उसको प्रैक्टिस करें, बिकॉज प्रैक्टिस करने से ही चीज़ें बेहतर होती जाएंगी. अभ्यास हम सब जानते हैं कितना महत्वपूर्ण होता है हमारे जीवन में. डॉक्टर धन्या, थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर योर टाइम एंड टू ब्रिंग दिस सेशन फॉर अस. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
थैंक यू.
जयदेव जी, आपका भी बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, बहुत आभार, आप हमारे साथ जुड़े. एंड अ वेरी गुड एक्सपीरियंसेस यू हैव शेयर्ड विद अस रिगार्डिंग द काउंसलर्स एंड द स्टूडेंट्स. थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर दोज एक्सपीरियंसेस एज वेल.
Thank you, sir. I'm honored. Thank you.
So, dear viewers, this session comes to an end now, but before concluding this session, I have an important announcement, would like to share it with you all, which is related to G20. We are proud that India assumed the G20 presidency and will convene the G20 Leaders Summit in the country for the first time in 2023. A nation deeply committed to the democracy and multilateralism, India's G20 presidency would be a watershed moment in the history as it seeks to play an important role by finding the pragmatic global solutions for the well-being of all, and in doing so manifest the true spirit of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, or the world is one family. With this positive note, I would like to conclude this session, but don't go away. Keep watching. We'll be right back with the next session. As you know, today is Friday, so we have a very special session of a school leadership program. So don't go away. Keep watching. We'll be right back shortly. Namaskar.